Hey guys, as promised, here is the Creative Backstitch book. This is for Review Wednesday, a craft book review. For those of you who are just tuning into my, just tuning into my channel. Every Wednesday I try to do a craft book review, and I've been doing all the cross-stitch ones that I can find, and I apologize, my stand is deciding to go a little bonkers on me here. Let's see if I can. Yep. Locked in place. Okay, got a little shadow there. But yeah, let's see if this will help. Hang on with me. Bear with me just a second. There we go. Alright, so Creative Backstitch by Helen Hall. Again, I got this from my local library. It gives you a little bit of the history. The projects included in the book are bookmarks, coasters, scented sachets, pin cushions, cards, and a chessboard. But yeah, Creative Backstitch is actually what people call black work. It's nothing but backstitch. But isn't that beautiful? I think this is for the checkerboard, the design for the checkerboard. I would probably, if I did the checkerboard, I would do the opposite, a little bit more distinctive in color. But it gives you, of course that's the dedication, it gives you different parts. Part 1 is about tools and materials, working the design, and then making up the finished piece. Part 2 is the design itself, and that's what shows you the bookmarks, coasters, scented sachets, pin cushions, cards, and Celtic chessboard. Part 3 is adaptations, on how you can do adjusting of the charts, and that's as far as like the colorings and things like that. First we have the introduction. These patterns, all the pictures that you see, the patterns are in the book. You can change the colors around, which sounds pretty cool. And this is tools and materials. Now, excuse me, in the tools and materials section, it's pretty interesting. I like it. It talks about working the design. It gives you a breakdown of different materials as far as fabrics. It explains and gives detailed photographs of the different types of fabrics, from Aida to even weave to linen, and how you can get decorative bookmarks already pre-cut and serged on the side with decorations. It gives you information on different types of floss, stranded cotton floss, metallic embroidery floss, and then it talks about different cottons, blended filaments, variegated. So yeah, rayon threads, all the information you need. And then it gives you a breakdown on needles, size needles, type needles, scissors, different types of frames to hold your work in. It's really interesting. Shows you how to get started as far as like finding your center line, because gridding, I'd never heard of gridding until I found YouTube. I think gridding is something that has recently come out, I want to say within the past 10 years. Before, everybody just found their center line. That's just what we did, and that's what we were taught in the 70s and 80s. After that, I'm not sure, but this is just showing you how you can do a waist knot off to the side. If you have 1 to 3 threads, if you have an odd number of threads that you're using, tying off a knot in a bow off to the side, and then all you do is, as you're stitching your piece, you just clip those off, and then your stitches are secure. It also shows you how to start and finish your threads, break down. The majority of people know how to do that. Backstitch gives you information on washing and pressing your work. I know some people were confused about that and weren't exactly sure how to do that, so it gives you step by step on how to do that, rolling it up in your towel. and then making up the finished piece. Again, it's showing you using whether you use felt, hemming, webbing, bonding sheets, interface. It gives you a breakdown of that. It also shows you how to do braids, lace, waddings, fillings, how you can do the edging on whatever your project is. It goes over mounting board, self-adhesive tape, double-sided tape, fabric stiffener, which is something that I like to use, cards, and lavender to put in your sachet. And then part 2 is the actual designs. Look at these. Aren't those beautiful? You could do all kinds of things with these, not just the bookmarks, and that's what this section is, the bookmarks. I can't show you the right hand page. I can show you the left hand page. The right hand page shows the actual design. It tells you the threads that they used for the model, and it tells you the recommended fabric and what the count is on each one of these. This one is called Electric Blue Bookmark. This one is the Green Band Bookmark. Some of these stitches are just beautiful. This is the Brown and Cream Bookmark. And most of these are beginner levels, which is really nice. Again, it tells you the stitch count, the design size, the fabric, and the thread that they recommend, or rather, that they used. The Celtic Bookmark. So this comes with an enormous amount of stitchwork information. Red Star Bookmark. That's an intermediate. Making up your bookmarks, how to secure them in the back. And then it also talks about finishing it off, and fringes as well. Working with Aida bands. Material, how to cut it from the Aida. How to work in tassels. And how to tie off and stitch off, finishing without a braid. This section is about the coasters. Let's see if I can get... Yeah, that one's really nice. The different styles of coasters. I like this book. This book's, I mean, just... My mind just exploded when I saw this one. There's another one that I want to do that gives blackwork history that I'm going to go over one day with you guys. It's really, really, really fascinating. This is called Orange and Black Coaster for intermediate. Again, intermediate, simple black coaster. And like I said, you're not limited to the bookmarks of the coasters. You can put these designs in anything. Celtic flower coaster, and you could use variegated. You could fill in, you know, it's all up to you. Brown leaf coaster. This is for the more experienced stitcher. A spiderweb coaster, again, experienced. That's really nice. And then how to make up the coasters. What types of packs you use, what types of cards to use, plastics, and then we have the scented sachets. This is called Peach Tube Sachet for experienced. That has a really pretty tassel on it. Hot Pink Tube Sachet, intermediate. Violet Tube Sachet, intermediate. That's exactly, I think that's the same pattern. No, different pattern. Shades of Summer, Square Sachet, intermediate. And it tells you the average completion time. This one says 3 to 4 days. But my guess is what's going to take you so long is not the actual stitching, but putting it together. The braid, the sewing. And Carol Mazzio has a really good tutorial on how you can do something like this. As like a mini pillow, and you could stitch it without a machine, and that's what I'm guessing this being done on this is probably hand stitched with the Aida, and you could put it on the back side. This is a beginner called Flower Square Sachet, and then it tells you the breakdown on making up the scented sachets, on how you put them together and pinning them and putting in the different scented flowers or whatever you want to scent your sachets with. Scented oils on top of flower petals stuffed inside, or walnut shells. Pin cushions. This is a really nice section. We have the flower pin cushion for the beginner, and does give you instructions on how to fray. The brick pin cushion. And the reason why you want to use walnut shells if you're doing a pincushion is what the walnut shells do is they actually sharpen. Every time you poke your needle into the pincushion, it sharpens your needle and it keeps it sharp. If you get any gunk on it or it starts to get dull, as you're going in and out with the walnut shells, it gives it a natural sharpening. Making up your pincushion, and then it shows you how to sew it together by hand. These are some card examples. It's got a Happy Father's Day and a Mother's Day, and these are using pretty much a lot of the same stitching patterns. There's a Mother's Day card, it's an intermediate. There's a Father's Day card, intermediate. Christmas card, intermediate. And it does give you the breakdown on how to set it in the back and set it in the card. Actually gives you different ways that you can put it in the card. And then it's got the Celtic chessboard, and really good. But you could make it into a checkerboard if you wanted to. Like I said, do different pattern on the blank squares and do different colors. And then it shows you how it's set down. This is a pretty good size. It's looks like it's 11 5/8 by 15 1/4 is the design dimensions. And then this side where you can keep your held pieces. Really nice. Level experience. Average completion time, they've got 4 to 6 weeks. Let's see, that's the pattern. And then it shows you step by step on how you can put it together. You can make up your own design. It shows you how to secure it in the back and where you can make it into an actual wall hanging if you'd rather do that. And then it shows you how to put it on dowels and do it as a wall hanging as well. Part 3 is the adaptations, and this is where you just take the different colors. See how it's not just the black, it's taken, and this is made into a pillow. Different designs made into all different kinds of things, using different colors, moshing some colors together, like they've added blue to that green and vice versa, or using different colored backgrounds instead of the white Ada, using the black. I show you the variations. That's actually the same design, but it's done 2 different ways, and a lot of you already know how to do stuff like that. Here is a flowers excuse me, needle case. Here's a brick needle case for experienced. And then your floral square sachet, a flower bookmark, and these are intermediate. This is for experience. This is for that pillow, that throw pillow that they did, which is really nice. And making up the projects. So yeah, there you go. This is again creative backstitch, which is what everybody now calls black work. It's the same thing. And it is by Helen Hall. Let's see what year this was done, and then I will let you guys go. We will leave it. How's that? Okay, looks like it came out in 2002 was the first publication. Designed by John Hawkins. Printed by Sun Fung Offset Binding Company. Oh, okay, they're the one with the printers. But anyway, yeah, Helen Hall. She is the author, and it looks like catalog record of this book is available from the British Library. So yeah, there you go. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, or no tutorial, I hope you liked this book review. Be sure and watch every Friday for Sale Friday. Tuesday is going to be Tag or Tutorial Tuesdays. Wednesdays will be my book reviews. I am also going to try to do whips in between and hauls and everything else that I can possibly do since I'm currently not working. I'm going to try to visit you guys at least 2 or 3 times a week. So hope you don't get sick of me. Thank you everybody for subscribing. I am almost at 600 and it just fascinates me and blows my mind. I am going to do a, let's see, when this goes up, the July giveaway I think will be at an end. But we are going to do one the 1st to the 10th every month till Christmas. And Christmas we're going to do a huge big cross stitch pattern giveaway. So thank you for watching. I appreciate everybody that subscribes and watches, and please leave a comment below if you have any questions about this book, and I'll try to do the best I can as far as answering it. Peace out!